Hello, this is Compound Interest Stock Guy. Today in this video, I'm just gonna give a little review on Delta 9 financials, and I may give them a report card score, and I'm gonna be talking about what's going on briefly in this world. I'm gonna be doing a few more videos, so stay tuned. I just gonna get out, get some groceries. So yeah, if you're new to the channel, don't be shy. Subscribe. I talked a lot about what's going on in this panic little situation. I talk about commodities. I talk about S&P 500 companies. I talk about cannabis companies, and I just do real thorough due diligence on this stuff before talking about it. I know there's some other people, they want to just talk about things and not really understand what they're talking about, but that's not my real style. I got legitimate content that it's my own, and that's just how I roll. So anyways, let's get to this. Not a financial advisor as well. This is just for entertainment information purposes. So that's what's up. So okay, so Delta 9 financials, let's do that. I think they did about 10 million. They did a little loss. I think it was like a little less than $1 million loss. So I think I can give them, say maybe C plus, B minus. So I mean, not bad. I mean, I don't know how they did today. There's just there was some big stocks in the cannabis sector that really boomed up. I'm talking about, Labs, even Aurora had a good day. Hexo, Tilray was up when I checked them last. There's some other ones that had pretty good days, so we'll see. They're gonna come across, they're gonna test the middle section of the Bollingers. They're at the bear side of the Bollingers on the daily or the weekly and all that stuff, so they really have to test the bullish side of the Bollingers. So until they break through that, I mean, it's still bearish in my honest opinion. There's just a lot of people liquidating their positions, getting into cash. They're very panicked. There's not a lot of liquidity in the system. A lot of people don't understand that, but I'm here to explain that to people. There's not a lot of liquidity. That's why they're doing repos. They're doing repos. Now, I gotta look back because Gregory Mannarino was talking about this. We're gonna switch gears to talking about what's going on in the real economy outside of the cannabis sector. So, when repos started back in September, I gotta check it back, but I'm pretty sure it was less than 50 billion, and that's what Gregory Mannarino said. It started at 50 billion. And now it's up to a trillion. I thought it was like 10-15 billion at the beginning, or even like $5 billion. So I really have to look at that, because I talked about those videos a long time ago, back in September when I was working. So I just have to look and cross-reference my information. But yeah, now they're talking about $1 trillion in repos every day. That's fucking crazy. That is fucking crazy. They're trying to bail out and own entities all across the USA. Big companies that they'd want to own are companies like Boeing. They'd want to own pretty much whatever. They just want to expand on their debt and use that to buy all the companies that they want. On top of that, there's a lot of crazy shit that's going down in Canada. I'm sure it's the same in USA, but I can't explain because I'm not in USA. I mean, I do my research, but things can get pretty confusing what's going on. It seems the same, actually, to be honest. Everybody's got to close their stores, right? Close their stores. And so my understanding is that USA gave a lot of US dollars to all these countries. Like Brazil, some others. I mean, there was just a few. I think there was like 7 or 8 countries they gave them money to. So what the fuck is that money for, right? Is it bribes? Who the fuck knows? Obviously, my opinion would be it'd be bribes. It's something, it's dirty handling if you ask me. So US dollar is very strong, right? So they take the US dollar. So I mean, something went down over this week. There's some new type of world order kind of thing, and it's in effect, and they're basically shutting down all these small businesses. Okay, if you're a small business and you literally have like say $5,000 in cash, and now you're supposed to like run your business. You're supposed to shut down your business and not run it, and all of a sudden, you know, you got to pay the tax man or whatever, and these companies aren't going to be able to start up again maybe for a month or 2 months based on this virus fears. In the area that I'm at, there's no virus. Nobody's got the virus, but yet they got to be shut down. I mean, I just think that reeks of government corruption, and I just have to call it out. I mean, you guys may not like it. I know I haven't gotten a lot of views on my last, so I guess people aren't really liking my honest, legit, blunt information, but there's a lot of crazy shit that's going on, and you know, somebody's got to speak it instead of like just talking about the virus is the fault and it's the scapegoat for everything. No, fuck that shit, fuck that shit, fuck that shit. I'm gonna tell you what's up, I'm gonna tell you what's up, and I'm gonna tell you it. I'm gonna be legit, and that's just how I roll. But you know, look at it like this, okay? So they're just getting more and more debt, and now they're telling all these small businesses they gotta close down and all this crap. So it's just gonna destroy all these small businesses. They're not gonna have anything. There's talks of martial law, and I'm not making this up. I mean, you got states that are on lockdown. You know, if people don't obey, then they're gonna give them fines. I bet that's gonna happen. I'm seeing military trucks in these videos. They're coming around these cities to make sure that people cooperate. They're definitely, you know, it's becoming oppressive. It's becoming an oppressive world out there, and the Emergencies Measures Act says that they can literally take your property if for whatever reason because of this situation. And the USA has a similar act. It's called something else. It's like I don't know, Deputy Production Act or something like that. I don't know the details of it, so I'm not going to pretend like I know exactly the details, but I've read pretty thoroughly the Emergencies Measures Act, and it's basically, it wants to take people's like property and all the stuff like that, and you know, it's just taken away a lot of people's rights. So I could really see them, the police force, potentially the military, coming after and taking people's houses away from them, and then the government's gonna own them. The banks are gonna own them. The banks are protected by the government. The government pretty much does their dirty deeds for the most part. That's my understanding. Could it be wrong? Sure, but that's my feeling on things. And yeah, this things is getting pretty epic. You know, there's talks about you know, social media being shut down. There's talks of all this stuff, a lot of oppression. You know, what happens when people like panic, their heart races and stuff, and they're not calm, they can't breathe, you know, and they're not thinking right, so they're more likely to get sick, right? So, you know, and then, you know, I'm seeing these videos in China and stuff like that, and they're locking people, like welding their doors shut, and you know, it just seems very oppressive. It's like forcing people to stay indoors. I mean, I don't know. I think there's something very evil going on in the world, and I can't lie and pretend like, oh yeah, it's just this virus, that's what's going on. I mean, they picked the opportune time, right? This has been going on from November, whatever, and now the stock market was at its top, and now they're gonna try to blame it on this, right? Because he's already, you know, there's another thing, a theory that could be going on with things is basically that they want to do martial law and make people very complicit and you know, just you know, obey the law, obey the government and all that crap, and then eventually they'll start some type of war. So then they have to have everybody obedient, and then they'll draft people to go to war, because there's things like in this Emergencies Measure Act that says they can make you go to work and stuff. So what the fuck does that mean, right? And it doesn't seem like you get paid for it, right? It's like, it's just mandatory that you have to do these things. So we're getting in untested times, uncertain times, and yeah, I hope you understand what's going on. They could shut down the banks, they could freeze the banks, no liquidity in the bank system. It's very irrational. All I can tell you is be prepared, get your food, get your water. If you like precious metals, get precious metals. If you like Bitcoin, get Bitcoin. If you like Ethereum, get Ethereum. Just be prepared for something going down, as well as this insane amount of money printing. When that money gets to the economy, inflation, it has the chance to just rise like crazy. So excuse me, it's gonna be crazy. So anyways, keep compounding your info, listen to my lingo. Shaka, peace, I'm out. I'm gonna be doing more videos. I'm good. I don't got no virus. I'm just have a cough, and you know, whatever. These things, like, they want to blow it out of proportions and make everybody so panicked, and you know, it really divides the whole country, right? Because then people want to believe them, and then there's people like me that don't believe it, and I'm like, yo, things are different, and then it just creates big division between people. I'm just trying to warn people and try to get people on the rail and understand that this isn't a regular scenario, and be prepared. That's all I'm gonna say. And I got lots more coming up. I hope you enjoyed this video, this session, me driving Mad Max style, living life one day at a time. That's all I got. Anyways, peace, I'm out. Take care, prosper, peace and prosperity, and chill vibes in your life. Love each other and have fun with your family and all that, and take care of your family. Peace out.